Yeah, what's poppin'? Casey Jones just logged in. That's X Casey Jones 12X.
Alright guys, as you can tell, we have the Hummer, the H2 Hummer right here that we have received for the mission that we have just done. I am going to show you how to get this Hummer early access in the game. As you can tell, I am currently a level 5 in this game with roughly about $5,000. Now, I have spent some money on personal upgrades and stuff like that, but I am going to show you the easy way to get this in the game, possibly about 2 hours into the game. The game can be a little tricky to get this, but we're going to show you one of the best scout vehicles in the game, super early in the game, as you can tell. So the first part I'm actually going to show you, being that I haven't completed it, I haven't recorded actually going to the vehicle. I'm going to show you in my 1500, my Chevy. I will show you how to get there. It's super easy, super early in the game. Right here, once you get to Alaska, so early in the game, you will get to Alaska and basically to complete the tutorial. So once you're there, there is a part in this map to where there is a broken pipeline. As you can tell, this pipeline comes all the way across the map, and I have not discovered this portion of the map. And you can go up, as you can tell, I have not discovered the watchtower yet on this portion of the map, but as you can tell, I do have part of this map unlocked. That is where, right here on your location, on your map, is where your H2 Hummer will be located. Let's head over there and I'm going to show you guys how to actually get to that without having to complete the pipeline part. I've seen a lot of different videos on this. Different people have different opinions on how to get to this Hummer. I am going to show you, in my personal opinion, the best way to do it without actually having to complete the pipeline, because completing the pipeline is going to add another hour or so into your gameplay. So we will go show you the part of this video with beginner vehicles on top of that, to where you can get to this super easy. Of this, the pipeline is down, just to confirm that with you guys, but actually to get over there you do not need to complete the pipeline. There is a way to get around the pipeline without completing it, but obviously your life is going to be a lot tougher. So we are going to head down the mud trail right beside the pipeline, and one of the main things that you are looking for right here, guys, is going to be a spot where the pipeline is high enough for you to get a vehicle that can get past this pipeline. And it's going to be a struggle. You're going to have to obviously use your winch. Your winch is going to be very important in this piece because we are in some heavy snow right here. I think I actually hit this in like the toughest spot possible. Even with my little Chevy 1500, I feel like I hit a 4-foot bank of snow right here, but we're going to continue. So what we're going to do here is we will go to our winch. As you will notice, the pipeline is a winch connection point on this game. Super important on this part of the map, because you can use the pipeline as a winch anchor point, and basically you can pull whatever vehicle you want to bring this way. You can use it to get on the pipeline, and as you can tell, I automatically winched right there. As you can tell, you can use the pipeline all the way across this. So you can actually get over here. Let's just do this for an example. You can come across, and it's going to take some time, guys. This is it's going to take you roughly 40 minutes is what it's always kind of taken me as I come through this, especially when you get in your heavier vehicles. I would recommend to people to use a heavier vehicle to move the Hummer around. You can move it with the 1500, but if you take a shortcut early in this game and you don't unlock the 1500 to where it has the V8 engine in it, the V6 version of this truck is not gonna have what it takes to get across this in any form of ease. So when you have the V8, obviously you're gonna have more pull power, and you're gonna be able to move the Hummer a lot easier. As you will see later on in this video, I actually completed this with my 1500. So you just continue to come across the pipeline. The good thing about when you're using the pipeline compared to the trees, the pipeline, you're not worried about breaking the actual pipeline. So as you know, the more you play this game, the more you will realize that you can most definitely snap trees fairly with ease in this game. So I'm gonna try to auto winch. We'll see if auto winch works with me here. It seems like it's doing pretty good. So, and this is, you're just gonna keep going. You can actually go further down on that pipeline than where I crossed it at. Actually, I crossed the spot. I guess I can show you early here in the game. If you'll notice the pipeline, anywhere where the pipeline's high enough for you to cross under, I crossed right here earlier in the game. This is the spot that I crossed. As you can tell, this is all visible to me now because I actually crossed through the woods right here with a heavier truck when I came out here to actually pull the Hummer out of the lake over here. So this is just me. When I had to deliver the Hummer, I used a different spot as well. So there's really no exact meta to it. Just make sure you have winch points. And I knew coming across, if you use the pipeline, you basically have an unlimited winch source. So once you start getting out here, see, that's why auto winch, it can be tricky sometimes. Auto winch has no clue where you want to go. See, when we come here, when it comes to a lighter truck like the Chevy 1500 or a Jeep, the trees are less likely to snap on you at this point of the, or not really this point of the game, but these trees are less likely to snap on you while you're coming through here. But if you want to come through here with a bigger vehicle to tow the Hummer more easily, yes, that is when you're going to run into a problem. That's when this gets very slow, very annoying, very toxic, basically. So when you come here, here we go. We'll come here. This is going to be the spots where you will see there will be a Hummer stuck in the water. Unfortunately, I have already completed it, so I can't let you actually see the Hummer. So you're obviously just going to winch to it. And now the fun part of actually pulling the Hummer out of here begins. I'll show you the trail this time going this direction. This is not the trail that I used to get the Hummer out of here. Just because of the fact of, I see some people think this is the way to do it. Once you get on this part of the trail, not necessarily this part, but once you get on this trail with a heavier vehicle to pull the Hummer out, you run into a lot of problems, especially when it comes to winch points. So let's say I have a tree right behind that one. I have a larger tree, but you're gonna run into points up here to where basically your next winch point is gonna be a small tree. And if that small tree breaks, you're just gonna have to finagle your way out of tougher situations and tougher spots. Now this does tend to move quicker than actually moving the Hummer through the snow. So when you're coming through here with your vehicles, and if you're going to do this early in the game, also remember you will not have all-wheel drive unlocked yet on your heavier vehicles. So unless you run around and grab the upgrades, which I would recommend to everyone, it is the meta, in my personal opinion, to this game. You want to hit all your watchtowers, find all your upgrades, the same way I have the Chevy in the V8 form of this Chevy. It's obviously an unlock that I found in the game because I found out early in the game when I was using the Chevy to actually tow me, or actually to move products across the map. Because when I was in Michigan, I just had standard two-wheel drive vehicles that are constantly getting stuck other than my scout vehicles. And so I'm actually repairing bridges and such with a... Alright guys, so now we're pretty much to a point to where I crossed when I originally came through here. This is actually where I came through. You have winch points to get out of here, but if you just cross through the woods, I'll do this real quick just to get across. Let's try not to tear my truck up. Just to get across this snow quickly. And remember to always use your winch points. Use your winch as much as you can through here, because especially when you go to pick up the Hummer, you have to remember you are on a limited fuel supply. So if you stay here and you stay bogged down the whole time, in your liters of gasoline usage, continues to increase on your vehicle, you're gonna get to a point to where you're getting extremely low on fuel. It's the same problem I had because I actually finished the mission towing my truck, towing the Hummer with the 1500, which I would actually recommend for everyone. I think it's a lot quicker. But as you can tell, you can also cross this pipeline on this spot relatively close to where we came in at. That's where we actually entered. And this is also a spot where you can leave. Now you have smaller trees to get you across the pipeline. Like I say, once again, I will reiterate, once you get heavier vehicles coming across here, just be wary. You literally have like 6 anchor points with the trees. And then once you get to a point, this is where I had a lot of problems as well. Once you get to the point of your winch points are broken, you're just out of winch points. So we're gonna try to finesse our way out of this. This is the tough part. I feel like this was their way of trying to keep you away from crossing the pipeline. It just makes it tougher. Certain vehicles can get through here easier than others. Alright guys, well, I did lie to you. I actually have gameplay footage of me actually grabbing the Hummer. Remember to accept this task. Don't run up, grab the Hummer, and just leave without accepting the task, or you will not receive the Hummer as a reward until you accept the task. So as you can tell, there's the Hummer sitting out in the middle of the lake. We are simply going to winch onto it, and we are gonna skedaddle on out of here. I'm gonna fast forward the gameplay a little bit to where you guys will be able to see me actually going to where I crossed the pipeline originally, and I'll kind of show you the tedious process that it can be trying to get across this pipeline. Alright guys, now that I have the Hummer attached to me and I am pulling it out, now it is time to determine the path of least resistance right here. So you have multiple ways to get out of here. As shown before, you have the small part right here to the south to where I can try to cross at the closest point to my personal opinion. That was the original path I was going to try to take. And you can take the road out of here, take it right back to the garage to where you complete the task. Or you have the option of actually going up the path and trying to take the Hummer out of here through the path that we just showed earlier in the video, trying to get out of here. And you're going to take it up. If you have it completed, you can cross the pipeline, remember that, or you can cross where we actually left the video off and crossed. But the path that I am going to determine and show you in this video is going to be the path highlighted right here by my cursor. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so when you're crossing the snow, you're going to see a lot of this. Very slow. As you can tell, I told you to keep your eye on your fuel gauges, but it is a very slow, very tedious task trying to bring the Hummer through this snow. And I have all-wheel drive on this truck. Now it does have street tires on it, but I have all-wheel drive on this truck, and I'm kind of to the point to where I can use the pipeline as a winch. What I would recommend to everyone is actually just, as soon as you get to the pipeline, start winching the truck to where you winch your truck, which is going to cause you to disconnect from the Hummer. I almost clicked the wrong thing. So I tried right here to see if I could actually get into the Hummer, because I just noticed that the Hummer's going. As you usually, once you find something in the game, you can actually swap to that vehicle, recover that vehicle, and then spawn back. Once you stop your engine, spawn back in. Once you're in your garage, spawn back on the vehicle you were currently just using. So I'm going to fast forward up here a little bit, and I'm going to show you kind of how you have to pull these vehicles from the pipeline, and I'll show you where I cross at. Alright guys, well, I have finally crossed the pipeline right here. So now we have it through the pipeline. I have found a spot where my truck can fit under, and now I'm going to try to bring the Hummer with me, and I'm thinking I'm home free. Once I came through this the first time, like, man, I'm finna go downhill with this heavy truck with a Hummer attached to me, and I am fixing to blow through this snow. I will tell you, the next 5 minutes, of gameplay is me being stuck right here in this snowy spot, as earlier I showed you with the Chevy 1500, to where it is tough. They make this spot right here tough, even on four-wheel drive scout vehicles. This is a tough spot to cross on this map without appropriate winch points. And as you can tell, I have basically nothing but small shrubbery. I liked where I crossed because I had the bigger tree that I could connect to. But that big tree, which I knew was my best winch point, could only take me so. So basically, I have now winched myself through this ditch for about 5 minutes, and I have destroyed as many ruts as I could. I have messed some snow up. We have officially almost ran out of gas in this vehicle. So now what I have decided to do is I am going to winch this Hummer as far up the hill as I can, to where when I come back on this path, I am going to bring my 1500, hook up to this Hummer, and we are going to fly through the rest of this mission. Now we have a new scout vehicle. So now the Hummer, which is going to help us out, thank goodness, in this game. The Hummer slightly helps us out. I am winching the Hummer in. I'm not actually trying to move right now. I'm actually winching the Hummer in, trying to get it closer, get it out of the ditch. I want to keep it a little bit closer to my truck, and I don't want the Hummer to sit down there and slide, because as you can tell, it doesn't necessarily make a direct path up the hill. It wants to stay in the mud and the snow down there. But as you can tell, guys, now that we have this truck on the path, this truck pulls this Hummer with ease. So now we're going to pull this to our garage, and now we will have the Hummer. Alright guys, as you can tell, we have arrived at the garage. I have just been increased to level 5. Now that I have turned this in, I am going to recover my Chevy. I am going to go back to the local map from my garage, and H2 Hummer is highlighted. We're going to recover it. Look here, guys. We now officially are owners of the H2 Hummer. Amazing scout vehicle in this game. Alright guys, well, I'm going to end the video here now that I have showed you guys how to get the Hummer as a scout vehicle. Remember guys, make sure to go out there and to hit all of your watchtowers as soon as you can. It's an easy way to gain some XP and a chance to rank up in the game, and also hit as many of the upgrades as you can, just to make your time in this game so much easier. Alright guys, it's your boy Casey. I am out. Until next time, make sure to look me up on Twitch. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you enjoy this. While I progress through this game, I'm going to show you guys the easiest ways to get the best vehicles the easiest way possible. Appreciate it guys. Love you.